Fly Company out of Smyrna, Georgia. They're down there in the middle of the pit area. And good to have Chris and Wendy Fowler here topside here at Dixie Speedway.
Good-looking field of Super Bombers on the Speedway, getting ready for 15 laps, Johnny, of hardcore, heavy metal bomber action right here tonight at the Top Tracks Championship event here at Dixie Speedway. Getting ready to go green, big man.
All right, Sizemore going to lead the parade down on the front straightaway, and here we are to green as they come across the start-finish line. Everybody on the gas is the number 49 of Keith Morton. Jumping out big time down on the backside. Look at them, because they're 3 wide down in turn number 3 and 4. They're still that way down on the front straightaway. Sammy Ballard, Billy Coley, and they touch down on the front straightaway. Coley going down to the bottom. Everybody taking evasive action. And let's see what's going to happen as looks like Whitey Van Fleet finally doing the do for the number 3 car of Billy Coley. His caution flag being displayed.
The tapes and also the disc and all, Johnny.
Darrell Franklin, I tell you what, he has just been phenomenal for the past few years and putting out some great work. But hey, the checkered flag coming out for Keith Morton right now as he heads into turn number 1 and number 2 and down on the backside. Looks like James Watkins and Tom Cleghorn and Sammy Ballard will round out the top 5 as they head down over on the back straightaway.
No question about it. He is pedaling hard, but he's got that other car right down his exhaust as they go into the 1 and 2 turn. Moving up to back chute. It looks like, though, your lead car has a little bit of an edge off the started with the Dallas Speedboat, the Cheerio Speedway. But looking now off the number 4 turn, we got more action down the front straightaway.
And Keith Morton out of Mapleton, Georgia, 2 laps on the board.
He's got pressure, and watch that driver move to the inside of him going into number 3. Might have a different leader as they come off of this number 4. No.
Ren Gibby in that number 34 car trying to work on Randy Tate in the T3 car. Back down on the back straightaway.
So still moving strong. The first and second place car as shown on your Coca-Cola position board. Still wired together. The 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th position. Caution comes down again.
And caution coming down on the 9 car over in turn number 4. That's Harvey Burns out of Rome, Georgia. And so
hot laps, am I correct?
Cruisers coming up, and then we go to the big show here at Dixie Speedway.
Oh, look out on the front straightaway here, and there goes a wheel.
Heads up, and that's one of the good things about where that water is right there.
It's out there.
Come in at the end of the night.
Well, there's one thing for certain. They got a business right here, and they give any racing fan a special deal.
$100 discount if you got a ticket. So here we go to green with Keith Morton. Only 4 laps on the board. A feature event filled with a lot of caution flags.
A little beating and knocking off of that number 2 turn. But hit it up down through the number 3 and 4. You got the first 7 or 8 cars there. That are still bunched, still wired. Everybody trying to get the bite they want. There was one that skated almost to the retaining wall, but look at the way they're battling to get up front. Here's one going out off the number 4. He bounces off the retaining wall inside.
And that's Stacy Flanagan in the number 28 car. And I think caution coming out onto the racetrack. And Stacy, if you read your rule books, exactly what they're going to do is unfortunately.
That's due to the caution coming out, right?
And 10-4. And I tell you what, Marvin Ford ain't wasting no time tonight, I guarantee you.
Watch that car running in the number 2 slot, Johnny. He keeps nosing down under in the turns. One little bobble, and you can go from first back in the pack. Looking good as they come off the number 2 turn with 7 laps having been completed of this event.
Keith Morton out of Mableton, Georgia. And Jimmy, you know there's a lot of great drivers that have came out of Mableton, Georgia. And Keith Morton, just another one of the great drivers to come out of Mableton, Georgia. But look at that number 20 of Chris Sizemore. Coming up next as he comes down on the bottom end of the racetrack, Randy Tatum going to the high side. Sammy Ballard, Tom Cleghorn, along with Randy Tatum, everybody jockeying for positions as they motor down off turn 2 down on the backside.
Well, there's one thing for certain. That number 20 has worked your lead car off of that corner each time, but still has not been able to get him on the high side And here's another one goes into the retaining wall.
And Jimmy, that was Whitey Van Fleet in the number 11 car along with Billy Coley. And that big
running through the show real quick like tonight.
All right, green flag going down. We are just a few laps away from the checkers here tonight here at Dixie Speedway as we head into turn number 1 and number 2. Everybody battling for positions, but Jimmy, everybody Keith Morton keeping everybody at bay, including that number 20 car of Chris Sizemore as they come across start-finish line.
I've watched Morton. He is driving high, driving low, driving indifferent. Even though that the number 20 gets on the outside of him, he kind of closes the gap. And evidently he's backing off just a little bit. And that might be the right way to go. I don't know.
Lee McElwaney out of Tyrone, Georgia in the 56 car continues to try to make his way up to the front. I tell you what, you can throw a blanket over the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th place cars as the number 34 car, Ren Gibby, going to the high side of McElwaney as they battle it out down in turn number 1 and 2.
And I'm seeing a lead car now down in the number 3 and 4 turn, comes to the white flag, signifying 1 lap remaining. Let's see if he can go the distance out front. So far, so good. Caution going down with the car out off the number 4 turn.
Caution not going to come out as Keith Morton taking the checkers. Sizemore, Cleghorn, Tatum, and Ballard. That's the way the top 5 will end up here tonight here at Dixie Speedway as the number 28 car. Got some problems down there in the corner.
Look at this in front of us.
And how did that happen? That is Harvey Burns and Harold Patterson down here on the front.
This automobile, this race team, hey, definitely no stranger to Dixie Speedway, home of the champion. And it's kind of hard to shake your hand, Keith. I'm not trying to be evasive, but been to Victory Lane quite a number of times this year, and, man, I tell you what, gets nothing but better, does it, buddy?
Yes, sir. Got it a lot better at the end of the year. Wished I could have started as good as I finished, but what a way to go out.
Listen, man, this thing's heavy, so I'll tell you what, I'll hold the microphone. That's yours. Right. Compliments of Dixie Speedway. You're the winner of the Super Bomber Championship, November 2005. And I asked you a while back in Victory Lane, and you said that you're definitely going to run Super Bombers next year. I'll tell you what, that's going to be, if you start out like you finished this year, buddy, ain't no telling what's going to happen, right?
I hope to have a good year like I had last year. It was a real good year. My first year really in Super Bomber. Hope I can keep it going.
Keith, how about the sponsors, the pit crew, people to help you out? If you have we have a moment, let's go ahead and mention them, all right, buddy?
All right, I got Paul at Marietta Tree Experts. Without him, I couldn't do this at all. My wife, family, kids up in the stands, my parents, really appreciate all their support. Tommy Floyd, Floyd Electronics, Sammy Ballard, Cobb Mechanical, Chris Fowler, Amerispray, Chris Fowler Holland. Let's see.
You afraid you're going to forget somebody?
Oh, Morton Trucking.
Hey, there you go, man. Come on. There you go.
That's Steve Gwynn, Butch Robinson, Tony Clark. I'm sure I'm missing a few, but
I'll tell you what.
They know who they are, and I appreciate it.
Hey, man, I hear it. Listen, congratulations. Good to see you back in Victory Lane. Race fans, how about your Super Bomber feature winner right here at Dixie Speedway, November 2005 out of Mableton, Georgia, Keith Morton.
Let's see if he can go the distance out front. So far, so good. Caution going down with the car out off the number 4 turn.
Caution not going to come out as Keith Morton taking the checkers. Sizemore, Cleghorn, Tatum, and Ballard That's the way the top 5 will end up here tonight here at Dixie Speedway.